In New York, with the streets always crowded with people, cars, and urban sounds, a tragedy was unfolding in the shadows. Young Charlie, just 8 years old, was fighting his toughest battle. Diagnosed with a rare and terminal illness, his family was in despair, exhausting their last strengths and resources. What hurt the most, however, was not just Charlie's illness, but the fact that despite all the treatments and care, they were approaching inevitability. Charlie's mother, Sarah, a simple woman with a huge heart, spent her days by her son's side, trying to keep his spirit high, even when she herself felt hope slipping away. Medical bills piled up, and the only thing she could do was pray for a miracle. But life, as so often, seemed far from granting any relief. As Sarah spent sleepless nights thinking about how she could save her son, the world outside was in constant motion. Somewhere distant, Elon Musk's name shone once again in the headlines. The visionary entrepreneur, known for his brilliant mind and ability to change reality with his innovations, was once again in the spotlight. He was not only revolutionizing technology and transportation, but also, apparently, changing people's perceptions of billionaires' social responsibility. Although immersed in a routine of meetings and launches for new products from SpaceX and Tesla, Elon Musk had a secret. Among his ambitious projects, he nurtured a deep passion for social causes, especially those related to child health. He believed that if he had the power to make a significant difference in people's lives, he should act. By a twist of fate, Charlie's story reached him. One of Elon's advisors read about the boy in an online article, and something in that account touched his heart. The pain of a mother who no longer knew what to do to save her child was not a pain that Elon could ignore. He made a decision without hesitation. Sarah, in her silent anguish, never imagined that the solution to her problems would come from such an unexpected place. Charlie's life was about to take an unimaginable turn, but she did not know it yet. She was still trying to find a way to pay for yet another round of treatment that already seemed hopeless. At that moment, a letter arrived. It was simple, yet at the same time, it carried a promise that Sarah was not ready to fully understand. The letter, signed by Elon Musk, said, "I would like to help your son. Can we talk about how I can be of assistance?" Initially, Sarah thought it was some sort of mistake or perhaps a prank. But upon opening the envelope and seeing Elon Musk's name, she could hardly believe what she was seeing. What could this mean? How could such a distant billionaire help her family? It was impossible for her to comprehend the magnitude of what was happening. But before she could react, the phone rang. It was Musk's personal assistant informing her that he wanted to speak directly with Sarah, and that a meeting was scheduled for the next day. Sarah felt a mix of disbelief and hope. She knew this was an opportunity she couldn't ignore, but at the same time, she feared it was all a dream. As she tried to process everything, Elon Musk was on the other side of the world, preparing to do something that could change a stranger's life forever. The day of the meeting arrived faster than Sarah imagined. She woke up early, not quite sure what to expect. Tension and anticipation consumed her body as she prepared for a meeting that felt surreal. What could a person like Elon Musk do for her family? She was still struggling to process the idea, but could not afford to miss this chance. Upon entering the room, Sarah was greeted by a group of Elon's assistants and advisors. They were all polite, but the atmosphere was charged with formality and professionalism. Sarah felt a bit shy, but was determined to hear what he had to say. A few minutes later, Elon Musk entered the room. He was exactly as she had imagined, an imposing presence, but at the same time, much more approachable than she expected. "Sarah, it's a pleasure to meet you in person," Elon said with a friendly smile, shaking her hand. His voice was calm and soothing, as if he were completely at ease, despite being a global figure. Sarah, in turn, was a bit speechless. She had imagined this moment countless times in her mind, but now that she was face to face with Elon, it seemed unreal. I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Musk. I can't believe you're helping me, she said, struggling to find the words. There's no need for thanks yet. I just want to hear more about Charlie's story and see how I can help in the best way possible, Elon replied, with a sincere look. The conversation continued with Sarah detailing Charlie's situation, the treatments, the daily struggle, the lack of resources, the constant fear of losing her son. She spoke about how she and her husband had done everything, even selling precious belongings, to try to keep hope alive. As she spoke, Elon listened attentively, without interrupting, with a thoughtful expression. When she finished, a comfortable silence fell over the room. Elon looked pensive for a moment, clearly reflecting on what Sarah had said. Then, he stood up and approached a table where he was sitting with his advisors. He grabbed a tablet and began typing quickly. Sarah watched, unsure of what was happening. I'm going to do more than just help with the treatment costs. I will finance an experimental treatment that could change Charlie's life. Not just now, but for his future, Elon declared. Looking at Sarah, she was in shock. It wasn't just financial help, but a real chance to save Charlie's life. She didn't know what to say. Her hands trembled, and her eyes filled with tears. You would do that? Sarah asked, her voice filled with disbelief. But this is immeasurable. You have no idea how much this means to us. I believe in scientific miracles, and sometimes people need an extra push. That's what I'm going to do. Not because I'm a billionaire, but because I believe everyone deserves a chance, Elon replied, with a firm and generous expression. He then made a few phone calls, and minutes later, Charlie's medical team was contacted. The treatment would begin immediately, with Elon providing all the necessary resources. The news of the innovative treatment spread quickly. The doctors were perplexed by how fast the treatment was approved, and soon Charlie's story and Elon Musk's intervention went viral on social media. As days passed, something even more amazing began to happen. Charlie's condition started to improve. The hope that Sarah and her family had lost was returning with full force. The smile on Charlie's face, which had previously been dimmed by pain and fatigue, was now radiant. Each passing day brought more progress. The disease was being fought in a way no one thought possible, and Sarah's faith was renewed. But the real twist came one day when Sarah received an unexpected call from Elon Musk. He was not just a distant benefactor, he was getting directly involved in Charlie's case. He had decided to visit Sarah's family and meet Charlie in person. I want to be there. Not just to see how the treatment is working, but also to see the impact this decision has had on the life of an ordinary person, Elon said, with a gentle smile. The meeting took place in a specialized hospital, where Charlie was receiving the experimental treatment. When Elon entered the room with a warm and genuine smile, Charlie, though still a bit fragile, smiled back. Charlie's mother, who had already come to terms with the idea that her son might not survive, now found herself facing a very different future. Elon knelt beside Charlie and gave him a gift, a model rocket from SpaceX, something he knew the boy would love. Little Charlie, with eyes shining with joy, hugged the gift, a symbol of everything that help represented. As months passed, Charlie's health continued to improve, and with that, his story gained notoriety. Charlie's family was invited to participate in charity events, interviews, and even TV shows. Sarah was not only grateful for Elon's help, but also for realizing that a simple act of generosity could change the course of so many lives. Finally, the day arrived when the experimental treatment was complete, and Charlie, now healthy and vibrant, was officially declared cured. When Sarah looked at her son, who was happily playing with the other children, she couldn't help but think about how their lives had changed forever. However, the greatest lesson Sarah learned was that generosity, like Elon Musk's, has the power to transform not just one person's life, but an entire family's. The act of helping was more than just a simple financial donation. It was a gesture of humanity, hope, and faith in the best of life. In her last meeting with Elon, Sarah thanked him once again, but with a calm and satisfied smile, she said, "You not only saved my son Elon, but you also showed me that even in the darkest moments, there is still goodness and light in our world." And as the sun set on the horizon, with Charlie running through the garden, Elon Musk said goodbye, not just as a businessman, but as someone who deeply believed that saving a life was, in the end, the greatest gift of all. If you were moved by this story of generosity and transformation, be sure to like and share this video. Sometimes a simple act of kindness can change a life forever. And who knows, this message of hope might reach someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Let's spread goodness together. Until next time.